If there was one person in hip hop right now who actually deserves all the backlash and hate that they're getting, Damon Dash is that person. Now, recently, 50 Cent and Cameron have actually made a joint collaboration of producing the film Paid in Full into a TV series. Now, if you guys don't know, Paid in Full is one of the most impressive and iconic hood classic movies that ever came out. Now, the movie came out in 2002 and essentially it depicted a true story that happened in Harlem of Rich Porter, who was a teenage slash early 20s drug dealer who ran the streets of Harlem, had a bunch of cars, had a lot of money, and his own uncle, who envied his lifestyle, set up his own nephew being Rich's younger brother, who was Donnell. Now, the story has been one of the best movies that have come out, led to iconic sayings like, pull your skirt down, beat, niggas get shot every day. And essentially, Cameron, someone who's new in the media space with the show It Is What It Is collaborating with 50 Cent, someone who's produced Power, BMF, Power Force, so many hit TV shows, and they're doing good business. But of course, Damon Dash, someone who's been bankrupt, has a lot of health issues, still very envious and jealous at Jay-Z for things that happened in the past that didn't go his way because of Dame Dash's own arrogant behavior. He had a few things to say towards, 50 Cent as well as Cameron.
Cam just made a post, major announcement. I want to congratulate him for making 50 his new boss. So congratulations, Cam. 50 is now your new boss, and you're proud of it. Congratulations, my nigga.
So 50 Cent made a post on Instagram letting people know that him and Cam will be working together, and this is what it said. I now have the rights to Paid in Full. I'm developing it into a premium TV show. If you like Godfather of Harlem, you're going to love this. Cam set to executive produce alongside me. If you want to get in, get at him. I'm out the country. Now, when Dame Dash saw this, he was pretty jealous. He felt that he made Paid in Full the movie, and Rockefeller and Dame Dash were the executive producers of the original film, but times have changed. Now, point blank period, Dame Dash is truly being a hater. Now, the reason why I obviously tried to belittle Cameron saying that 50 Cent is his boss is because Dame Dash's whole thing is being a big known entrepreneur. I don't know if you guys recall, but a couple years ago, this is actually over 10 years ago, he was on the Breakfast Club and was pretty much belittling DJ Envy and Charlamagne, who worked for the company Power 105. His biggest grip was ownership, because you don't have ownership, it doesn't matter, you can't pass on to your kids. And to be fair, he did make some good points at the time, but it's all about your delivery. Now, he went on Charlamagne and DJ Envy saying that if their kid wanted to work for the platform, they couldn't do that because they are just a worker while he is just the owner. He owned Rockefeller. He owned the rights to Paid in Full. Well, not anymore. But he was very instrumental in all the things that came into part that led to the creation of Rockefeller, the record label, as well as Paid in Full, the movie.
A boss, you're only the boss if you put up your own money. If you don't put up your own money, I don't care how much somebody gives you, you're nothing but a supervisor. It's not yours.
So why this can't be all work? This corporate America, we could be using
you don't
this.
own it.
But
I'm telling you, no, I'm telling you why. I'm telling you why. Question. Let me answer your question.
I'm listening.
Can you give it to your son?
How you what to my son?
Whatever you
shares
working
of this
for.
company, I absolutely positively can.
How?
Right, because I own shares of this company.
You bought them?
Yes.
Now, seeing Dame Dash in a situation right now makes you can't help but laugh because Dame is obviously one of the most ignorant and smart executives in hip-hop. Ignorant, but both smart at the same time.
If your son needs a job here, can you give it to him? No.
No.
If your son needs to get some money out the bank from here, some cash flow, can he get it?
No.
All right. You don't own this.
But I can take
Stop.
the money from here to invest in myself.
No, it's not yours. I'm not going to fight for something I don't own. Men don't do that. I don't fight for other niggas. I fight for me. I'm not a doula. I'm not going to build somebody else's company and then take shares so my son can all that.
Now, if you guys aren't aware, Dame Dash was the brains behind pushing Jay-Z in the late 90s when nobody wanted to sign Jay-Z. Now, depending on who you may ask, Jay-Z is regarded as one of the best rappers ever in hip-hop. And Jay-Z started rapping when he was 30, which may not seem late to y'all, but in today's hip-hop, that is very late. He went to every record label in New York City. No one wanted to sign him. His flow was whack. He's too old. And Dame Dash was essentially the brains, but him and Kareem's Biggs, who put the money behind Jay-Z and marketed him and made him a success. But the thing about Dame was very arrogant. He wanted to be the person getting all the success. He wanted to be the person getting all the name recognition. And he essentially wanted to be bigger than Jay-Z, who was the artist, which made a lot of people hate him because he was really cocky and arrogant and always just did too much. In some of this situation, you have the success of Cameron and 50 Cent, who are going to be collaborating, creating a hit show. And he feels bitter because he's going through bankruptcy. He has all these debts from child support that he hasn't paid off. And he's looking at two brothers who once were beefing in the early 2000s, now making amends and are on the same page about to make millions of dollars. And he can't even afford to pay his bills because he's in bankruptcy. Now, Cameron, despite him having some real love for Dame Dash because they both came from Harlem, he signed Cameron to Rockefeller and the whole Dipset to that label, and they essentially came up together, being in the same vicinity. Cameron would have to let him know, hey, bro, I ain't this little ninja you think we are. We're all grown men now. And he would have to put him in his place. You really turn into a chatty patty. Damn. Tagging me in every post. Niggas get cut up TV series every day, B. You be alright. You tough, right? You only do this for clicks. This is the most action you got in your channel ever. You're welcome. For now on, my little nigga. LOL. Go onto the store for me real quick. Now, it's clear that Damon Dash is very bitter that the fact that his life isn't going the way it's planned. And to me, it's very ironic because for the amount of people that Damon Dash put in position, from Kanye West, Jay-Z, some would say the Dipset because Dipset signed thereafter, State Property, which is from Philly. Damon Dash put a lot of people in position, made a lot of people money, but his attitude, which was very arrogant and cocky and negative and condescending, made people not like him. Like, I remember Kanye West had this interview and he spoke about why he wanted to be like Jay-Z instead of Dame Dash, because show you how to move in a room full of vultures, saying that, listen, I like Dame, but Jay was more likable. Jay could go in a room, people were happy, they're smiling and laughing. Dame came around, everyone was tense up, like, oh shit, I gotta be on my point. Or like, you know, he's essentially managing the hardest artist in the game. So a lot of people had to put up with Dame shit for the past, 10 years, from 96 to early 2000s. But after Jay-Z would obviously, kind of slime his old man's out because he wanted to leave the label and actually be a part of Def Jam. And he sold part of Rockefeller to Def Jam, became the president, which kind of snaked Dame. People just stopped respecting Dame after Jay-Z left because, ooh, we only tolerated you because of Jay-Z. Now that Jay-Z doesn't mess with you, bro, we don't care what you have to say. You're gone. It's really ironic looking at this entire situation because 50 Cent, someone who really came up hard from the South Side, Jamaican Queens, lost his mom, was in the rap game, got shot, and actually finally reached so much success at the age of 30 or 27, I believe. He would speak on why he had this little vendetta against Dame Dash because when he got signed in 2003 by Eminem, Dr. Dre, in the Aftermath, he was very happy when he got his $1 million advance. On the song In the Club, he says, got $1 million out the deal, now I'm still on the grind. And he was very happy for where he was in life. And he would say that Dame Dash would be in this commercial pretty much belittling how $1 million wasn't a lot of money after you pay taxes, after you put on the homies. And that kind of made him, not say that he made him not like Dame, but it made him belittle him of like, yo, I just survived being shot, made out the project, and you trying to say this ain't a lot of money and I ain't never make it in life, and how he felt that he won the lottery.
How much money did he give you for that first deal?
I got $1 million.
Got $1 million out the deal.
Cash, after taxes.
The only person that pointed out that $1 million was no money was Damon Dash, and he has no money now.
Dame Dash owes a lot of money. There is $145,000 in unpaid child support.
I can't pay out $300,000 or $400,000 a year in child support because I ain't making that.
I only felt that, because he said, well, there ain't no money. Like, after you get you a watch, chain, and you look out for the homies, and you do this, then it's nothing. Right? And I was like, from 134th Street. $1 million is a lot of money.
Right.
I think I hit the lotto.
Right.
Are you gonna say it's no money? Like, and I just never forgot that because of how it felt.
Now, Dame Dash is a simple prime example of the friend you don't want to be. Someone who's bitter, someone who has moved on from the past, someone who simply wants a life of other people that's not their own. And I'll be honest, Dame was very smart, he put people in position, but his attitude just stunk. Like, he was a horrible person to be around. You see him on interviews, you see him on the internet. People just couldn't stand Dame. And now when they officially had to stop dealing with Dame, it was clipped. Dame had no more relevance. No one cared what he had to say. And as of right now, he's pretty much using Cameron for clicks because Cameron has one of the biggest shows in sports entertainment, is what it is. With him, Stat, Mace, that they release shows like every weekday. And essentially, he knows that, listen, Cameron may talk about him on his daily show where he has millions of viewers, and it's going to bring more engagement back to his channel and get him some money to pay off the debt. But it's honestly funny seeing 50 Cent and Cameron troll Dame Dash because Dame Dash has been one of the smartest execs in music, but his attitude, his arrogancy, and just his entire poor management of money has really led to his demise. Now let me know what you want to see next. Thank you for watching this video. I'll see you guys in the next one, man.